And the fact that Schiff hasn't blinked since 1992. And he didn't take the news so well. The disgraced Democrat went on TikTok to complain. Behold.
Hello, I'm Congressman Adam Schiff with some troubling news. Today, Kevin McCarthy removed me from the House Intelligence Committee, all for doing my job, for holding Trump accountable and standing up to the extreme MAGA Republicans.
Senator Schiff, given the ongoing political tensions and Trump's actions toward his critics, do you think President Biden's preemptive pardons turned out to be more important than initially expected? Let's first tell people what that means, preemptive pardons. That was pretty unprecedented, right? Before he left office, Joe Biden pardoned you and a number of people who he thought Trump would go after.
No, I take the opposite view. I don't think he should have given the pardons at all.
Really?
No, I don't think he should have, and I was vocal about that at the time.
Can you refuse a pardon?
That's less clear because in the case of the January 6th committee, he pardoned essentially the whole committee.
Some politicians are like cockroaches. You just can't get rid of them. Scandals, lies, shameless grandstanding. And yet Adam Schiff keeps crawling back. But the mask is slipping. Bill Maher, of all people, torched Schiff live on TV. And Greg Gutfeld, he went nuclear. This wasn't a roast, it was a full-blown demolition of Schiff's entire career built on smoke and mirrors. The zombie-eyed congressman just got exposed like never before. And trust me, you'll want to see how it all went down. So hit that subscribe button if you're done watching politicians lie with a straight face and still get rewarded for it.
Let's stop talking about Trump. We talk about him too much. We want to tell people what we're going to do for them. Healthcare, environment, those kind of issues. For example, I've seen you on TV a lot in the last couple of years. I know everything you know, or that you tell us, about the Russian situation. I don't have a clue what you think about healthcare. I've never heard it. Yeah. I don't know whether you're for Medicare for all, or improve Obamacare, or get a chicken. I don't know what. Well, I don't know what.
For anyone who still cares about honesty in politics, Adam Schiff's pity party is in full swing. And where's he crying about it? TikTok. Yep, the same app lawmakers call a Chinese spying tool. In his best victim voice, Schiff whined about being booted from the Intelligence Committee for holding Trump accountable. Please. He was axed because he spent years pushing the Russian collusion hoax, swearing he had evidence he never once produced. It wasn't justice, it was political theater, and when the curtain dropped, all that was left were Schiff's lies.
Adam Schiff is not only a stone-cold, hopeless loser, but he is one of the most corrupt, one of the most shameful, one of the most heinous individuals ever to serve in public office in America. And everything he's devoted his life to has been debunked, discredited, and discarded. He literally represents the face of failure.
And instead of owning up, Schiff went full gaslight. I'm being punished for standing up to Trump. No, Adam, you're being punished for misleading the entire country. Big difference. Enter Bill Maher. Now, Maher's no Trump cheerleader, but he is known for calling out BS. And when Schiff sat across from him, Maher dropped the hammer. I've heard you talk about Trump and Russia for years, but I've never heard you say anything about healthcare or what you're actually doing for Americans. Ouch, that one left a mark.
Now it just looks like you're stalking him. I think in the eyes of the people who don't follow it that closely, which is most of the country, here's the thing about Bob Mueller. He's like the last person, maybe the last thing in America that left and right agreed on. Left and right basically agreed. This is a guy of honor. This is an honest guy. This is an honest broker. Whatever he says goes. Americans are not into details. Don't read it to me, Bob. Just give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down. The fact that he was like, if you couldn't impeach before, how are you going to impeach after?
Maher basically said what we've all been thinking. Adam Schiff has no real accomplishments, no big wins, no serious policies, just years of obsessing over impeachment like some Reddit conspiracy junkie. While he was busy chasing shadows, the people he's supposed to serve got nothing.
I mean, the Mueller report is, at the end of the day, that firecracker that goes up and then the one that fizzles. Oh, look, nothing. Do you think you guys relied too much on that?
Meanwhile, real problems were exploding. Remember early 2020? COVID was creeping into the US, and what was Schiff doing? Dragging the country through yet another round of Trump hearings that went nowhere. And Greg Gutfeld? He didn't let that slide. He went savage.
But something's got to be done for Adam Schiff, because he created 3 years of a massive fallacy that did so much damage to this country and made us miss probably one of the most important stories of our lifetime. We were having hearings on impeachment while the coronavirus was exploding. We talked about that virus in green rooms, but we had to do this impeachment story. We had to show these hearings. It's all on him, man. He's got to go. They got to investigate him. They got to hold him accountable. I'm not going to say he should go to prison, but my evil twin will say he should go away to prison for a very long time.
Schiff's impeachment obsession didn't just waste time. It distracted the government and the media from preparing for one of the worst health crises in modern history. While people were getting sick and hospitals were overwhelmed, Schiff was stuck on repeat, pushing the same dead-end narrative like a broken record. Greg Gutfeld went savage, even joking that his evil twin thinks Schiff should go to prison. Joke or not, the frustration was real. Schiff weaponized his committee chair to attack enemies, lied to the public, and when it all blew up, he slipped into victim mode like it was an Olympic sport. And what's his big move after being booted from the Intel Committee? Run for Senate. Yep, he wants a promotion. Schiff dropped a slick, overproduced campaign ad full of cliches about protecting democracy and fighting extremism, while completely ignoring his own record of deception. Bill Maher wasn't fooled. He called out the frustration of voters, especially in California, who are tired of politicians that talk big but deliver nothing. Schiff's Senate playbook is the same as always. Bash Trump, invoke democracy, dodge the real issues. When Maher pressed him on cultural flashpoints, like men competing in women's sports, Schiff danced around the question like a ballerina on a minefield. No straight answers, no real conviction, just another politician too scared to say what he actually believes. And that right there is why so many people, even those who dislike Trump, end up throwing their hands in the air and saying, fine, at least he's not afraid to speak his mind. Some politicians just won't go away. No matter how many scandals, no matter how many lies, they crawl back like political cockroaches. And leading that parade, Adam Schiff. But the mask is slipping. Instead of owning his failures, Schiff went crying on TikTok. Yep, TikTok, the same app lawmakers warn is run by the Chinese government. And there he was, playing the victim. I'm being punished for standing up to Trump. Give me a break. No, Adam, you're being punished for lying to the entire country. Remember Russian collusion? Schiff swore he had evidence Trump was in bed with the Kremlin. He repeated it so often he probably believed it himself. But proof, zero. Not one shred. It was all political theater. And when the curtain dropped, it was clear the whole show was built on lies. And Bill Maher wasn't having it. Maher's no MAGA guy, but he calls out BS wherever it lives. When Schiff sat down with him, Maher dropped the hammer. I've heard you talk about Trump and Russia for years, but never about healthcare or what you're actually doing for Americans. Ouch, that one left a mark. Maher exposed the truth. Schiff has no accomplishments, no legislative wins, no policies, just years of obsessing over impeachment like a conspiracy poster on Reddit. And while he was busy chasing ghosts, real problems were happening. Remember early 2020, COVID was creeping into the US while Schiff was dragging the nation through pointless hearings that went nowhere. Greg Gutfeld lit him up too, savage. He even joked that his evil twin thinks Schiff should be in prison. Half joke, but the frustration behind it, 100% real. Schiff didn't just waste time, he wasted trust. He weaponized his committee chair to attack enemies, then played victim when it blew up. And now, he wants a promotion. Schiff's running for Senate. He released a slick, overproduced ad full of cliches about protecting democracy and fighting extremism. But he's not protecting democracy, he's protecting himself. Bill Maher saw through it again, pointing out voters, especially in California, are sick of politicians who talk big and deliver nothing. And when Maher pressed Schiff on cultural flashpoints like men competing in women's sports, Schiff tap danced like a ballerina on a minefield. No conviction, no backbone, alone, just another coward too scared to say what he actually believes. Meanwhile, the hypocrisy piles up. When a judge was arrested for helping an illegal immigrant escape ICE, Schiff suddenly had no comment. Really? This is the same guy who chased every half-baked Trump rumor with laser focus. But when it's inconvenient, suddenly he's clueless. That's not justice, it's politics. And Washington finally called it out. The House officially censured Schiff for promoting the fake Trump-Russia hoax. He became only the 26th member in US history to earn that disgrace. And still, he didn't blink. People joke Schiff hasn't blinked since 1992. After watching his zombie-eyed TikTok rants, I believe it. But here's the point, it wasn't just the censure, it was the symbolism. Washington finally said enough. Enough lies, enough theater, enough smug posturing from a guy who's done nothing to help Americans with inflation, the border, or the cost of living. Schiff doesn't solve problems, he manufactures outrage and feeds MSNBC sound bites. So when Greg Gutfeld torched his Senate dreams, it wasn't just mockery, it was a warning. If this is the kind of leader you want, someone who lies, deflects, and dodges every hard question, then fine, vote for Schiff. But if you actually want results, integrity, and leadership, it's time to leave the circus behind. Because here's the truth, Schiff doesn't serve the people, he serves himself. He ran with a fake dossier, turned it into a national obsession, and when it all collapsed, he shrugged and moved on to the next headline. No apology, no accountability, just more ambition dressed up as public service. And now he wants a Senate seat. Californians should be insulted. Schiff isn't the solution, he's the problem. He's the poster boy for everything Americans hate about Washington. Lies, cowardice, and endless self-promotion. Bill Maher sees it, Greg Gutfeld sees it, and now voters are starting to see it too. So if you're tired of the lies, tired of the circus, and ready for leaders who are honest, bold, and actually care about the people they serve, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment. Should Adam Schiff really be rewarded with a Senate seat, or is it finally time he's held accountable for the damage he's done? Because the spotlight Adam Schiff loves so much just became a microscope.